YouTube, I'm back. All right. This is my experience, all right? I made a video before this, but somehow the battery went dead on me. But um, this is my experience. I went down to an orientation for the oil field, right? And this is my experience. This is my take, how I feel. If it was if it was a good fit for me. All right. Now I get down to the oil field, down in Texas to the orientation. I get to the orientation, and orientation must have lasted maybe about 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. All right. The instructor did not know too much stuff about the company that she was representing. She was doing a procedure, and the procedure was just to get us to fill out papers so she can hand it to the office so they can just put us on right away. Now, you would think an orientation would be about safety, be about the company, how the company come about, how many wells is going up, this is how we get the wells, blah, 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 this is what you're going to do, this is where you're going to be at, this is how, this is how the money is structured, and this is what we expect out of y'all, and everything. Didn't get none. Well, we got some of that, but we didn't get the whole picture about it because the questions could not be answered. The big issue with far as insurance and everything, guys is coming in with new trucks like myself, it was an issue. If you had an old raggedy truck, it wasn't an issue. You can go get your own insurance, or you can go get your own insurance on your new truck. That's how they looked at it. Or you could use their insurance, but it's going to be probably high. I don't know, because I didn't go through with it, So she gives the orientation. She shows a film clip. A film clip must have lasted about 5 to 10 minutes. All right, 5 to 10 minutes, and she was just discussing the things. If this happens, it's a fine. Take, money. Your money is our money, type thing. All right. Never been out in the oil field. Never showed us anything about how it's done. Just told us you're going to be carrying sandbox. Sandbox needs to be locked on the trailer. Didn't show us how it locks on the trailer or nothing like that. So there wasn't no training at all. No training at all. Safety came in, all right. He put his face in. He walked in probably 2 steps into the class. He said a few things that I just ignored because it wasn't safety. He was just basically introducing himself. He's the safety guy. All right. So after that, he steps out. 40 minutes go by. Most of the time we was filling out paperwork. All right. And I'm looking at the table and who's in the room, what age group, what's going on down here. I'm peeping all this stuff out, There's young guys down there. It just something wasn't fit running right with me, So I said, all right. So, they're saying this is the money, whoop, whoop, $425, and you running 100 miles, one way there and one way back. So it comes out to 300 something miles, and you probably get about 450 or something like that. 450. So basically, I think I was thinking it's somewhere about $4. Cut it off, $4 a mile. You're gonna burn a lot of fuel. these things they didn't say nothing about, but you kind of like watch some of the YouTubers that's out there that's true, that speaks the truth about it, and there's some YouTubers out there that sugarcoat it or they keep it as a secret. YouTube is a beautiful thing if you get the right people to educate you on a field that you're going to jump into. But when you start sensing somebody's clowning around or whatever, then you lose the trust and everything. There's some YouTubers that's down there that, used to speak some good information, and now they just flip the script, because it's secretive down there. And I kind of understand it, understand what is going down. It's not, I don't think it's them. I think the money could be changing people, you know what I'm saying? It could be good money. It could be just headaching money. I don't know, but I just didn't want to join that kind of game. I always dread on when I get into trucking that I would get with a company that would leave me sitting in a damn truck stop for days, and I need to make money. I always heard dread stories like that, and I never set myself up to be in that situation, all right, by just picking the right companies to work for or doing the right thing to make the company say, hey, he's a worker, let him run, So this spot, that I went to had a bad vibe. The person that was giving the orientation didn't know too much about the insurance. She knew the date of the company started. They didn't talk too much about wells, how wells are created, who gets the contracts, how often do they get a contract or a well. She didn't drop nothing where it can tell you or give you an insight on if your money's going to be there every day or every other day or once a week or whatever. It's like, go out there and do your best, and it's young guys down there is doing that. They're going, and the whole thing is, by just talking to a couple of guys or hearing a couple of guys talk, they done been to three other oil companies. So it's a job hopping thing down there. Dudes job hop from each company, because if a well goes down or wells or things get dead and they're sitting, they wind up going fill out another application with another company, and boom, they out running. I choose not to do that, all right? My time is money. I have no time to play no other game but my own game. The way I was raised up is to pick up on bullshit, and for me to go to this orientation and picked up on a few, not a few, but a lot of bullshit, all right? I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Left out of there, thought about it, picked me a load and got the hell out of there. Got out of there. Because it was straight bullshit. To me. It might have been good shit to them, but that's what they do down there. They jump from company to company to company. The best thing to do to go down there is if you have your own authority and you get a contract with a well or with the big company out there that's running the wells, you get a contract yourself. You do as you please because you have the equipment to do it. You go rent your trailer from somebody or from that company. But you still got the right to go home when you want or work as long as you want. You know, well, they dictated where they said you have to ask to go home. And I'm like, nah, that did it right there. I said, nah. And this was like at the almost at the end of the orientation. And I already started shaking my head. Nah, that's not going to work for me. I got freedom over here at Travel Loco, so why would I go down there and have my freedom taken away? To, beat on my truck and shit and work like a slave, No. The object is, as I get older, I got to work smarter because I don't have the strength as them young kids to go down there to play with their time in life, all right, just to try to make some good cheese. I got to be smart enough to be set in a spot where I'm going to make enough cheese and stay right there and make the cheese. You see what I'm saying? So, you can go down there and you can grab up, 10 bags a week. All right? But when that shit goes dry, and there's the saying, when the well goes dry, what you gonna do now? Don't start to cry. but yo, you got 10 bags. You done flipped off all that money. You got 10 bags, you flipped off all that money, but now you got to sit a whole week and figure out, should I go to another company or not? Well, those guys already know. Once it goes dry, boom, they sign up to somebody that's got a contract with company. So these guys, like owner-operators, they go down there and they set up these little short-ass orientations, all right? They get a squad of people, they set it up, and they get these contracts, and they get paid. That's where the money's at. That, if you want to go to the oil field, you need to be the dude that's doing the orientations and sitting back and bringing in drivers and no skin in the game. All right? You just set yourself up with a trailer company out there that got the trailers to pull the sandbox. All right? And you set up, you get a hotel meeting room and you set up your orientation in there. You get some people that could represent. You know what I'm saying? You get somebody up in there, you get a contract, you get paid, you make money. You're not out in the oil field. You out there, make sure that company's running smooth. That's where the money's at in the oil field. Not out there beating your truck up and going in the oil field and living in them harsh conditions at man camps. Who the fuck want to live at a man camp? All right? And you don't see no women for days.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man. I feel just like a rock star.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm not going to do it to myself. I'm not in prison. All right? I'm not in the military. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I got the hell out of there. Got me a load and got the hell out of there. I just had to see what was going down. I peeped that, and now I watch these other YouTubers clown around down there in the oil field. Ain't nobody's giving no information, but that one dude, Scholar Road, about Amerifield. All right, he's giving some information, but you know what? There's dough behind that. All that energy putting in. It's got to be some money behind that. So, don't let it fool you. Don't get it twisted. Don't go out there thinking you're going to make a whole lot of jewels and then get out there and be like, damn, I'm wasting my damn time. I'm being negative about it because I seen nothing but negative. All right? it's not a fit for the big face, all right? Even though they talk about they making big faces down there, that's fine. You know, that's fine. That's good for you. That's the kind of trucking you want to do, then do it. I know that I can make good money doing pulling this dry van. Pulling this dry van and stacking my chips and continue to build on my company till the point I get the fuck up out of this truck. I know that. I got mentors that's doing it like that. Low-key mentors, high-profile mentors. So, oil field, nah. That's all good. You know, that's just like me picking up and saying, you know what? I think I'll be an ice road trucker. Nah, not going to do that. Not going to do it to myself. Not going to do it to my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. But I had to go peep it out. And the recruiter was like shit. You know, didn't know a goddamn thing, just like the lady that at the orientation. You know, I'm not gonna put the name out there. All right, but I'm gonna give some keys. I'm gonna give some good jewels, and you'll figure it all out for you dudes who wants to go out to the oil field and play that game, because that's what the game is. You're going to job hop out there because you're going to go to one company and you're going to be out there and you ain't going to be a good fit. So somebody going to whisper in your ear, or you're going to see somebody at a truck stop and you're going to talk to him, and then he's going to tell you, yeah, well, I'm doing great over here. And you go over there, you work for a couple of weeks, then you job hop from that one. And then boom. Fuck all that, man. Who got time for that? Nobody ain't got time for that. So that's the deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on my mission. Like I did in the video, I'm here in Indianapolis. I'm already booked up till Monday morning. All right? And 6 bags for the week in a bad market. Can't beat it. That's gross. Probably high 3s or right about 4-1. Hit the account. So, oil field dudes out there saying they doing 10 stacks, and 5 is hitting their account, 6 hitting their account. You're burning a lot of fuel out there. You're beating up your truck. Your shit is in the shop. Axles breaking and shit like that. Once you take your truck down there, if it's an over-the-road truck, all right? And this I know, because my background is mechanics. In suspension, I was certified in suspension. Once you take it down there, all right, and you decide, you run your truck, all right, these guys going down there and they running their truck in oil field, hitting them, going down those roads, and then, you know, sometimes you got to do 10 miles per hour, sometimes you got to do 5, maybe you could do 20. All right, and you hitting and you putting all that stress on your suspension and everything. All right, expect to get alignment all the time, and then you decide you want to bring it out of the oil field and get on a flat road and everything. You might have to go through all your leafs, if you got leafs, if you got air. You know, you might be better off with air if you go down in there, but if you're going down there and you got leafs, you might have to change your leaves. You're gonna go through some shocks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fit for me. I know my truck. I know me. I know my family. I know my order that I'm supposed to do this. How I'm supposed to go through this trucking career. I got to stick to the plan. That would have put me to do some unnecessary bullshit, and I would have been kicking myself. But once I know, I got a good feel of when I'm going to spots and how I feel about when somebody sit up in front of a classroom and represent a business. I could tell whether they're official, or I can tell that they're playing around with it, and I can tell whether they are serious or that they've been making money. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let me, meet the dude that the people that work there, and the drivers are making the money, but the dudes that's working there and they ain't got a pot to piss in because they've been working with them. And what you doing with your money, kid? Well, we ain't making no money. Or either you are making money and you flipping it off. Either or.
On duty day will end soon.
How the fuck do these guys go down there, right? They go down there, and I'm hearing these stories while I'm down there. Guys go down there, and they go in the oil field, and then they start working, and when the well runs dry, they don't even have fucking money to go back home. How you explain that shit? If you got a family at home, how you explain that? And the only way you could go down there if you got about 10 racks that you could just throw away and go down there and play. You know what I'm saying? I don't have 10 racks. I don't have $50 to go down there and play. Because I got to that certification and I really thought about it. $300 to go get certified, $300, that's what an authority costs. $300 to get certified, $300 to get my authority. So why I didn't never get my authority and I'm about to throw some money into a certification? It didn't make sense. Nothing add up. Real business guys, real hustlers think before they act. They look and they got the feel, they got the instinct if money's there. So, it's just funny. I was raised that way. I had, and I don't even know that if I got it like that, but I tell you, I never put myself in a situation where I was used and abused, where I lost everything behind a stupid move. You know what I mean? I never put myself in that kind of situation. Never, and since I've been in trucking, I never put myself in that situation where I was left at a truck stop and dispatcher was treating me like shit. I had an instinct when I was at Snyder IC program, and when me and the DBL or the guy that runs your team or whatever, me and him didn't see eye to eye at all. All right? And I said, you know what? Since I don't see eye to eye with this guy, and this guy starts calling me up every other week about shit, just messing with me. All right? I'm new into trucking, and I'm trying to do it the Snyder way. So, they talking heartbreaks and all this other shit and speeding and cars around you. They done took pictures of you from satellite and this and that. Stop fucking with me, man. Trucking ain't all about that shit. So I left. When I did a load, they told me do the load. They was going to take me. So I went down there, delivered the load, and the people said, nah, we don't want this load. We'll take it next week. So I got back on the phone and talked to the team that represents me, or that I have to call in the DBL. I don't know what the fuck that stands for or whatever. But shit. They told me, oh, just take it back up to the Snyder OC. I was only five miles away from Snyder OC when they told me to take it down there. I said, so what? Do I get compensated for this? I've spent fuel. And the first thing this guy said, he says, you're lucky I don't fine you for $400. $400 for what? And he's like, you was late to pick it up. I picked it up. If I was late, they shouldn't have gave it to me. It would have been next day. I picked it up, and I wasn't that late. So you gonna fine me for that? And I had plenty of other times where, you know, I'm 5-10 minutes late or whatever. But Snyder IC, I was pretty good on getting there on time. You know, I had a good plan strategy. My trip plan was really nice. You know, so, but, nah. Once I seen this guy just was nitpicking with me, that was it. I had to go, you know. And even if, you know, I got with my rep, I said, look, me and my DBL's not seeing eye to eye. Even if I have to get this truck back, I'll leave Snyder and go back to my old company. He was like, oh, you don't have to do that because they'll be losing big money. You know, brand new truck, fuck it. Y'all keep the damn down payment or whatever y'all got. You know what I'm saying? So, I left. And then I came over to Travel Loco. So, that's another story. But yo, I know this is like 30 minutes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I figured I'd just drop this video on that oil field thing. I tell you guys, you go down there, be careful. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. And I didn't even get to the point where I got to first pay or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe that hype. You know, do your study before you go down there. Because, yo, there's nothing like a next man toying with your life. And that's not a good feel unless you like getting toyed with. Letting people just toy with you. So, yo, this is the Big Face Trucker. I'm signing off. I did want to do another video tonight. There's 3 videos in one night. So I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm going to probably just relax. I got to drop this load 10 o'clock tomorrow at Targets. So I'm going to holler at y'all. You know what it is. Speak from the heart, right with the left. Peace.